What's going on, everybody? Dr. from Average Gamer Guy is back yet again into another episode of our Road to Rank series, and we're mixing it up a little bit today. So we jumped in. I did not come up with this idea, but I thought it was a good one, so I'm totally going to steal it. So we're going to play some ranked games today, and for every loss, we're going to crack some crates. Every loss we get at the end, I will save them till the end. We're going to open 10 crates. So I'm putting the onus on myself. I am trying to entice myself to get some wins. I've actually been grinding a little bit. We'll call it off camera, off screen, and having some success. So we started this this match out. I think we finished off our last Road to Ranked at, and that's just, this whole opening series is a little goofy, but we finished off our last Road to Ranked at Plat 2 Div 2. So we're just kind of trying to move up from there. What's really cool, so this is coming after, this video is obviously coming after the announcement. We got some clarification that the season will be ending in mid-February. So my expectation is when you say mid, it's going to be like the 14th or somewhere around there. Sometime that lines up really good with the middle of February, and you know, that's what we're going to play for. So I'm hoping we can kind of continue. My partner here, this game was a little ball chasey, as you can see, and I kind of landed on him, but yeah, so that we're really hoping we can grind out some games, have some good stuff going, and you know, see where we can end up. I'm really trying to get, it would be nice if I could get in doubles. If I could solo queue into diamond, I would be really happy with that to finish the season, and then I'm really looking forward to getting things rocking and rolling in the next season. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So we will see. We're going to have a couple more episodes of this at least before we jump into anything else. And with all that being said, we'll have some crates. We're going to open some crates at the end of this, so stay tuned. Because again, the audio recording is coming after, at least for the games being played. I'll do the crates live. But honestly, not a bad couple of games. We'll start out. I had a very how do I put this? I had another one of those sessions where honestly my teammates were pretty solid. I think last Road to Rank series we did pretty good. Why? That move right there really just kind of capitalizes and highlights kind of what I was going to talk about in today, which really was, you know, again, we've talked about it a lot. People complain about it all the time, but sometimes I feel like people have a hard time diagnosing what this is, and sometimes when they're doing. And we're going to talk about ball chasing. So that guy right there, this play was now, you know, I don't know, 30 seconds beforehand. But I come cut across, and that guy essentially rotates, jumps right in front of me to make the touch on the ball. Now, he's behind me, so it's not a matter of he can't see my positioning. And I will say this in the defense of you, of anybody that ball chases out there. Sometimes people make moves and will go for something because they don't know or can't see where you are. So, and I think that's very fair. I do it. I think everybody does it. I'm not the best at panning my camera around. I really don't pan my camera very much, but I will come on and off ball cam, I think, relatively enough to be able to figure out positioning where my teammate is. And then I really do try to focus on and understand where my teammate is in relation to the ball, as well as where, you know, just their positioning on the field in relation to me. So again, good rotation stops ball chasing. The other thing that stops ball chasing is having the awareness to know where your teammate is. Now, granted, and I'm so mad that shot didn't go in. I probably could have taken a little bit of time there. But this teammate here, nothing against him. He played fine. He had pretty good ball control. His rotations honestly were not bad. I felt pretty comfortable with him. There was just a lot of opportunities where he wasn't where I would have thought he would have been, and it made for some awkward moments. Like right there, he was positioning himself to go and make a move for that ball. Now, granted, understand that sometimes you don't feel like you're going to beat the opponent, and it's better to kind of come back and try to work the possession from there. No issues there. Absolutely no problem. What I really want to highlight with this, though, is there's a lot of instances, especially in this game, and then we have I think it's the third game we'll show here, where, you know, my teammate is just like right behind me, isn't allowing me to maintain the control on the ball. And that sometimes you've got to, especially as you get into some of these upper ranks. Don't let a couple of whiffs or anything like that jade you from what your teammate is doing. Now, granted, if they're just having a bad game and they're just whiffing a ton, I can understand playing a little closer. Give them the space, give them the opportunity, because what ends up happening, and it's another instance of this right here. I said I got it before the kickoff. Now we're both in this bad position. I didn't mean to take that second corner boost, but now I'm the one with boost. Luckily, he gets boost, but now look at the position he's in. Luckily, I'm able to get in there and make the save, and right there. So I'm following this, and it's like he's right on top of me, and I can't rotate in to get away from him. We're like all over the ball, and again, he makes a really nice save. So his skill level was there. I just felt like, again, he was making some positional moves that it makes it hard for me to play. And that's one thing I want you guys to take a look at. One really interesting thing that I was watching a couple other YouTube videos and YouTubers that are big in Rocket League that I found really interesting was, somebody made the comment, you're going to watch this gameplay, right? This gameplay is probably going to look kind of slow. It's going to look maybe a little sloppy just because I'm bad. What I would really highly recommend, though, is when you're in the game, you feel like you're playing really fast. I felt like these 3 games you'll see today, I thought my speed was good, my rotations were pretty quick. I felt pretty solid, honestly. I felt was making decent touches on the ball. Have some whiffs, still have some consistency issues for sure. But I will tell you that I felt I was playing pretty quick, moving pretty well, getting to the ball, making good challenges. But it obviously looks a lot slower when you're watching the video and you're not actually controlling it. So one recommendation to you guys, and I might have mentioned this in another video, is save a replay and watch one of your own replays yourself from your perspective. I think you'll be kind of surprised as you do that to how slow actually you feel. And maybe you look and you think, oh man, I was really blazing that game. It might not feel the same way if you're watching it back. So that's just a tip. I really recommend trying this as I've been going through playing these games and then recording them afterwards and then watching them and doing the voiceover. It's really helped me because, one, it helps me identify the things where I am in bad position, or obviously I make bad touches, or just make poor decisions. That's helping my game. It's also helping my game when I can see some of the little things that I'm doing, as well as teammate positioning and where I need to be when certain instances occur. I think that all really helps. So what's really cool, again, is give it a try. Try it out. I think you guys will find that it's helpful. It's helpful for you. I was happy with this here little move. This teammate was honestly a little bit of the opposite of what I'd been dealing with the first game. After that first game, we actually had divisioned up, so I went up to Plat 2 Div 3, which I was pretty excited about. So making our way up there, moving pretty good, and I felt pretty solid this game. I was a little upset with this. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody whiffs, so no hard feelings on our teammate there, but made a pretty solid pass. But again, just been feeling really solid lately. Again, playing some, playing a little bit of threes, playing some duos with Sloth, just all those mechanics, and then spending the time. Honestly, anybody that has played this game or plays this game a lot will tell you that you need to do things. 2 things. 1, you need to spend some time warming up and doing some training, but you also need to just put hours into the game. And that's, I think, with the other part of this with the series and just putting the hours that I've been putting in, I've been feeling really good. Been feeling really solid. Now here, I didn't quite get the control I wanted. That guy obviously made a good push there to challenge from the side. But yeah, so I definitely recommend it, but take a look at it and just take a look at your play style too. There are definitely instances, and I'm not saying ball chasing is bad in all instances. Me and Sloth were talking about this, and I think he's going to talk about it in one of his coaching corner videos, but sometimes you really do have to read the game, read your teammates, read your opponents, and just say, if I am better, if I am faster, better is a tough word, but if I am faster than these guys, and if I can put some shots and put some pressure on, and that's going to take them out of their game, sometimes that's what you got to do. And sometimes your teammates are going to be a little bit more hesitant. Like my teammate, again, in this game, he was a little bit more hesitant than maybe I would have liked him to be, just as far as a challenge perspective. Sometimes I'd want to get up there. On the back end, though, there's also an instance where, right where we are in this game, we're up by 2, right? So I don't need to push it. I can honestly milk a little bit of the clock. give yourself the opportunity, especially if you get a couple goal lead, and this is what I do, especially solo queuing, is just give yourself an opportunity to win the game, because at this point we're winning the game. I just need to make good clears, I need to make good possession plays and good challenges, and not put myself or my teammate too far, you know, in any situation where they're going to have an opportunity for an easy goal. Because as you guys know, if you've been playing, easy goals can really snowball on you. You give away an easy goal and then a kickoff goal, and the next thing you know, within 10 or 15 seconds, we're back to where we started. We're zeroed up. In this instance, I could play a little bit more patient. I can play a little bit more defensively, and as long as my teammates helping out still and making some plays, I think we'll be okay. And that's kind of my mentality that I took with this. Now, granted, a little bit of misfortune here. This was actually a really bad touch by me. And you have to be really careful of those, and I'm being more cognizant of this, but just making a hard pass off the opponent wall to give them a bounce out is essentially like giving them a bounce pass in basketball. And instead of giving it to your teammate, you're giving it right to the opponent, and that's definitely not something that you want to do. And that's really what those what that move I did right there, that's what I did. I gave their team a really good opportunity. I basically gave them a bounce pass, made a nice little recovery here and a nice little save. Recoveries, another thing I'm working on, but I'll talk about that in a second. That's essentially what I did there. So especially in 2s, 3s, you can get away with it a little bit more because, again, you usually have that third man back. They can play rotation, and in some instances, that's actually a decent back pass. It gives them an opportunity to get back. In 2s, doesn't work that way. You need to be very efficient with your touches, very efficient with your passes, and you really got to pay attention to teammate positioning. And the last goal that was scored by the opposing team is exactly the last thing that I wanted to do. So that was my fault right there. But let's talk about let's just talk about recoveries. So recoveries has been another thing that I've really been working on. One thing I realized, and I'll probably do it once or twice during the course of these games, as I start to incorporate, and this is another skill that I'm working on as a great bump, is trying to work on my recoveries. As I incorporate more air rolls into my game and into my shots, and I'm finding better ways not only to be more consistent with that, because I'm feeling very confident, a lot more confident in my aerial game to make touches, which is now giving me some confidence to be able to go up, position my car, and actually make better shots and get better positioning with my touches. And what's nice, and I think I make a pretty good little shot here, just good positioning, both opponents kind of retreating, coming from the backside of the net. I saw that I had some time, which is why I didn't go off the wall there to make a good shot. I was happy with that. Just, in my opinion, good decision making there. But what I'm finding is, again, I'm getting more consistent with getting to the ball in the air, getting to it quickly, and that's giving me an opportunity to, and again, here's the recovery that I was talking about that I botched, is that I'm finding opportunities to find and use my air roll more and efficiently. I've made some pretty good shots and been getting a lot more comfortable with that, which is definitely a skill, a mechanical skill that I want to have. But what ends up happening is my brain and my muscle memory can't function to make the switch to then make the recovery. So recoveries are huge. A great way to do that, if you're struggling with that, like I do from time to time, is honestly to go in and just go into free play and then put yourself in weird positions. So jump, twist all about, and then wait till kind of the last second and try to recover your car. I do the same thing, honestly, on every goal that's scored. I try to flip a bunch and then make a recovery with my car. So it's just muscle memory on that. And hopefully that's just a helpful tip for you guys. This game, as we jump into it, and I know I've been all over the place with these, this was just a pretty good session. Rocket League, I played a couple other games besides these. We did not division up after the last game, which is okay. We stayed 2 and 3, I think is where we had landed. So still happy with that, but got a win under our belt. This game was interesting, right? So it started off weird, and one thing, and this is just a huge pet peeve of mine, huge pet peeve of mine is when somebody calls it and says that they're, you know, like for me, I'm going to say I got it on the kickoff, especially the first kickoff, and then both people go. Now granted, in this situation, I'm just bad recovery touch here. I was a little upset with this. let one person go for the kickoffs, especially if they say they're going to got it. Sometimes it happens where nobody talks and both go. I understand those situations. I always try to do a good job of letting my teammate know. If your teammate says he's got it, let him go. Trust him, because especially as you move up the ranks, again, and solo queue and doubles and stuff like that, you don't want both people to go. It leads to bad opportunities for your team, leads to great opportunities for the opposing team. My teammate wasn't playing here for a minute. This whole game was just very weird, and was a little frustrating on the back end, and I think you guys will see why as we kind of get through it. We actually started off not bad. You know, we're tied up here. I made a nice little shot at the beginning, just some, we'll call it luck, maybe. I don't know if it was luck or just bad positioning on the opponent's side. This guy makes a great pass here, so he's feeling pretty good. He felt a little, again, I don't want to classify everybody as being ball chasey, but he was definitely moving pretty quick. I felt him a little close a couple of the times, but that pass really made me feel good. This made me feel pretty good because he's going to drop this in. So right off the bat, his positioning for that was good. We got aggressive. You know, that guy flies in to make that hit. This guy's trying to recover back. This was just a good move to get upfield, score that. No issues there. Obviously, I would have liked my shot to be on. Shot was off the post, which I've been doing a lot lately, which is unfortunate. But honestly, what happens with shots that go off the post or go close, a lot of times is they turn into really, really good passes. Now, I would probably was a little chasey right there, but felt I had a good rotation on the ball and was able to get out. Obviously, I want this touch here, and then I recognize I need to get back and hopefully not put myself into the same position as earlier where they scored the goal. And I kind of bopped it off my butt, which is what we're trying to avoid here. And yeah, so the rest of this, again, some pretty consistent. I totally whiffed this shot here, which that was definitely my fault. That was a great pass. Backboard reads. I struggle with getting better, but struggle with. That's one of the training packs that I use very consistently is just backboard reads, especially the ones that are straight on. Like I should have never missed that shot. I definitely could have taken a little bit more time. I'll put it that way to try to make that touch. I don't quite get this off the wall. Still working on the wall reads a little bit. That one then ends up rolling in. And now we're getting to the point where I'm like, okay, we've lost our lead. I felt pretty good up to this point. You know, felt pretty confident. We've been playing all right, rotating, not so bad. I basically know that my teammate's going to go for this. I'll give him the opportunity to run at that kickoff, and then this happens. And again, I get it, fast kickoffs. Sometimes you screw the jump up. He just kind of really goes off kilter there, screws his initial jump up. What I'll tell you again, competitive play is be consistent. I'm not sure if this happened yet, but I know this happens at some point. Oh, it happens right here. You know, I appreciate the attempt. Not sure why we would try a wall shot here after we've just given up 2 goals and are now tied out. A little upset with that. Now, if he, you know, I don't know, better opportunities maybe to make a pass, make a better play. He had really good position to get to the ball. I mean, he was quick to the ball. I just don't understand the mentality to try a ceiling shot right there. Ceiling shots, you know, plat 3, if plat 2, plat 3, platinum, regular platinum, you could probably get away with them. If you can hit one, you're gonna probably score it. It's actually scoring it that doesn't make sense. And then this touch right here, I see this so much, and this was probably bad of me, but I gave him the question mark. I don't know why you make the touch there. And again, I'm not trying to bash the teammate. I actually still could have tried to come in and save that and make the touch. I just don't understand why in that position you're making that touch. You know, that's going to be a hard ball for the opponent to score. It's a really, really tight angle to the post. I was in goal to make the clear, so I mean, if he just rotates down and in, we're actually probably fine. I make the clear there and move it across. Then happy with their dribbling that straight across. Again, not having the communication. Maybe that was a pass. Maybe he was going for a pinch to pinch out. I'm not sure. That's kind of what I'm hoping, instead of him just blatantly dribbling it in front of the goal. But we struggled here. We struggled here because then we both got out of sorts a little bit. Our rotations honestly really not that good towards the back end portion of this game. You know, that missed shot, not an issue, right? You know, if I was in that position, I probably missed in that shot. I missed this shot right here, which I could have put on. And then he just kind of starts attacking. You know, you got 30 seconds left. I was a little bit, I guess we would call it in a rush mode. But I still understand that we've got opportunities to move the ball. Here's another instance of, you know, I'm just glad. Honestly, we probably could have lost this game by quite a bit more, but I had some saves there at the end. And then his positioning here, I get he's going for the demo. I would have liked him to just be available for a pass, I think. Let me take that shot on net. If they pop it up just in front of the goal, we're probably doing all right. So we're going to open some crates. That's what we're going to do. We finished off. We ended up divisioning down. No, we stayed the same, I think, after this one. We ended up staying the same, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Plat 2, Div 3, finished it out. So 2 wins and a loss, not too terrible. Definitely something to keep working on, but let's jump into some crates. All right, so again, we're going to jump into some crates. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you do, let me know. This is kind of the best of both worlds. You guys really like crate openings on the back end. Again, I saw this. I'm stealing this idea just because I thought it would be a ton of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Now, I was going to do 10 per loss. That's basically what I had ponied up. So here's what I'm actually going to do. We'll do 18. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I've been actually wanting to open some victory crates, mostly just to get some certified toon sketches out of them. But it's got some neat stuff. It's got some infiniums in it. It's got a little bit of different items in it. So I figured, you know what? Let's mix it up. So we'll crack 8 of these, and then we'll jump into 10 PCCs. It's just kind of a way to, you know, I guess celebrate the wins, but also mourn the losses a little bit. And let's just see what we can get. Victories, probably haven't seen these in a while. So we'll crack a few of these. We'll see what we can get. Hopefully it's nothing too terrible. And we'll just see how it ends up going. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the road to ranked. If you guys enjoy a little bit of the crates at the back end, especially for the losses, let me know. I would totally be down to do this just to get a little bit of spice in there. And I know you guys, again, most of you, probably a lot of you, are here for some crate openings. So we get a little bit of ranked, we get a little bit of crate openings. I think the best of both worlds. And honestly, we're probably not going to get anything from these crates. I think, I'm not sure. Well, there's a painted Mr. Monsoon. We'll see how we do on these low volume of crates. We'll see how our luck ends up holding out for us. We had a great golden. I called it the golden surprise, the golden gift crate, pumpkin, egg opening, which was just a ton of fun. I love those crates, honestly. Such a good crate. All of them, really. Gifts, you know, the least of those preferred, in my opinion, but still just really good. Octane Ripped comic is actually really cool decal. But yeah, so that was a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to, honestly, the end of the season. We didn't get jack out of the victory crates. Let's crack 10 of these bad boys, see what we can do. I'm really excited for the end of the season. I'm excited to get a new season rolling. I really am. I'm also really excited to see win that new crate. I expect, as has become kind of the standard with at least the end of the season, I think we're going to get the end of the season and the crate probably really close to each other. I feel like both will come in one update. Those are Cobalt Yamains, beautiful. I expect both to come at the same time. I really do. That's just my prediction. There's no facts behind that. We've seen it before that way. So I just have a good feeling that might be the case. And I'm kind of hoping it is. I'm ready for a new item. I'm ready for something new. These are Crimson Reapers. Dang, those are beautiful. I'm ready for some new items, I think. Rocket Pass is kind of, I won't say getting old, but it's definitely running its course. And PCCs are awesome, but it'd be cool to have something new on the channel, do some crate openings with some new items. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. I honestly feel like we might see some special edition wheels or some special edition something coming in the new crate. That's just my gut feeling. I feel like that went over pretty well with the Rocket Pass, and it'll be really curious to see if they do a similar thing with this new crate. it be a way to spice it up. It's a new customization option. So we'll just have to kind of play that by ear and see what happens. But I'm curious if you guys got any thoughts about what's coming up. Let me know. There's a Cobalt Twinser. I think we might have opened one extra one. Yeah, we did. Okay, well, we opened one extra one and we got ourselves a Cobalt Twinser, which is actually pretty cool. So we'll do a quick look. We'll take a look. We got a Cobalt Twinser. Nothing super great. I mean, some decent little stuff. The Crimson Reapers are sweet. Cobalt here is pretty cool. We really didn't get a whole lot from the Victory Crate, unfortunately, but we got some trade ups. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're new, please hit that like, comment, subscribe. I know this is a longer video, but really do appreciate you guys' support. And just looking forward to seeing what we got coming up next. And here in the near future with Rocket League and everything else coming out. So as always, stay tuned for some news. Stay tuned for a ton of additional content up on the channel. Keep those submissions for our community car designs going. And I promise you we will be getting the community together for some games here very shortly. So Dr. Gamer guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.